Welcome to my drunken rant, y'all. And this fine evening, or morning for anyone of y'all, is a fine achievement because I have a wonderful guest joining me for this special rant. Can you introduce yourself, young sir?
My name is Johnny Houston. Everybody on the riff knows me as Naruto.
Lovely. So, this drunken rant, we have several interesting stories to tell y'all, and probably some interesting things I might fancy. You might fancy something even more. So either way, let's get started with the drunken rant.
You should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna do for you.
So the first story we have is something I just heard of personally myself, called the KnockOut game. I'm not quite sure what exactly it is, but they say that unsuspecting people get knocked out in a blink of an eye, and that's basically the game. So can you elaborate some more on this for me, Joni?
It was going on a lot last year, especially like around the big shopping holidays and like Black Friday and like right before Christmas. These little punk ass kids would target mostly, and it was mostly older, middle-aged to older people, and they would like pick somebody out randomly, and one of the kids would go up there and try to knock them out with one punch. Just for giggles, just for no reason.
And how old usually be these victims?
Probably between 45 and 70.
So they're basically targeting the elderly for something that trivial and mundane. That is quite unthinkable. So has anyone ever died from such an event?
Yeah, I think a couple of kids have died when they tried to go knock out somebody like me or my dad that's got a concealed weapons permit.
So basically, what you're saying is they tried to knock out the elderly and nothing usually happened. But if you have a concealed weapon, they are basically dead, which is quite interesting indeed. So, I guessing they are thinking about not doing such a thing again, or maybe not. You say it happens annually?
It happens around big shopping times. Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving. It was more prevalent last year than this year. I haven't really heard a lot about it this year, but last year, like Black Friday was a big deal. It was 7, 8, 9 kids got shot here around where I live, and I think one got killed, and a bunch of old people got knocked out.
Wow. So basically, they're just targeting high stakes, not really high stakes, but high priority places during that time of the year where mass people are shopping, spending money, or just doing both in some cases. So, what I can see is, does the police do anything at all to fix this conundrum or problem?
Well, there's not really a lot they can do because, it's winter time. The kids are wearing pants and hoodies and sweaters. They got masks on, and they just run up and hit somebody, and then they all go somewhere else. So, the police, there's not a lot the police can do because by the time they get there, the kids are gone. You know what I'm saying? But, somebody in the neighborhood that cares about that neighborhood could do something about it, but then they're taking the risk of getting charged with something as well.
I
Because you can't just grab somebody's 17-year-old kid. Like somebody like me, I'm 40 years old. I can't just grab a 17-year-old kid that I just seen hit an older lady coming out of the store and beat his ass, because then I'm going to go to jail.
Basically. Well, you should be in the Bahamas.
I wish I was.
Like, if that was the case. Like, literally, we discipline our children. Literally, if you see a child acting out and his parent is not there, that's the time when you start to whip out your belt, a piece of stick, and start hitting them across the head. Literally, you can not abuse, but if you see him see anyone, any child doing wrong, you have the right and you should enforce what you should not do. It's a global parenting system, not just one parent. So basically, in the United States, I think it is an offense to really hit or abuse your child.
Well, there's a difference between spanking a child, beating a child, and abusing a child. I believe in spanking children. Now, my wife does not so much as I do, because she wants to like hide the remote controls and don't leave your phone where the kids can get it. Now fuck that. I leave it right where they can see it, right where they can get it, and as soon as he picks it up, I pop his hand. Now I don't abuse my child, but I apply enough force to get his attention and let him know that what he's doing is not something I want him to continue doing.
Yes. So basically, let's look at this in the whole. If you look at the whole United States, what I can tell is the younger generation themselves isn't really being enforced with their parental guidance. Just talking doesn't really do anything at all. You can't just talk. Actions speaks louder than words. This is a famous quote. I don't remember right now. The wine is making me forget who actually wrote it, but yes, action speaks louder than words. Words only hold so much prowess, even when someone with authority. But the action is different. When a police officer comes up, they have authority. But if a police officer walks up to that person and just suddenly walks away, then the police lose all that authority he just came up and gave. But
and
if
the people get even more brazen.
Exactly.
When they feel like they can get away with it. And it's the same thing with kids. It's like I tell my wife, you ain't got to scream at them, you ain't got to whoop them. All you got to do is put some bass in your voice and say what you're saying like you mean it. Say it with some authority. Because she can tell my son, she said, little Johnny, go to bed. Go to bed. And she'll sit over there and argue with him for 30 minutes about going to bed. I can stand up and say, go to bed. And it's over with. He takes his ass in there and goes to bed. I ain't got to touch him. I ain't even got to walk away from my chair. All I got to do is stand up and say, go to bed. And it's a wrap. Basically. Because he knows I mean what I say.
Yes. So basically, going back to the main issue at hand, this incident is happening mainly because of parental guidance. Either because the parental structure at home is not happening, or something even just basic, the parents aren't teaching them what they need to learn, which should not happen in general. Their child can possibly die. What I just heard from you is that people are getting concealed permits. So basically, if that child goes and do this, they're most likely dead. So what I am saying to the parents out there with children that do not comply with you, it's more or less the time to act than the time to speak if your child is not really behaving with you. There's a certain line between ages. If the child is under 15, then a good belt or stick should still do suffice. If they're above that, then that doesn't really work anymore. I think threats work better, such as no food, no drink, no water. Like, same thing, because they get at that age where you can just soon just kick them out the house. So, threats work a little bit more. I won't really advise threatening your child if you can, but it depends at the certain issue and point where he needs or she needs to be at that level to do something like that. Or take away what they love. That works even better. That works the best, to be honest. If they like to text their friends, if they like to play games, take that away. Take that away for about a good month. And see what happens. When you finally give that back, and then they do something again, and you just mention the word that you're going to take it away, that instantly resolves the issue.
Exactly.
So it's more about a mind game that you can easily learn than something that you repeat over and over and you don't really understand the issue. So it's more basically how you do something and how you say something, and this issue should not continue to happen.
That's right.
Basically.
The best thing to do is to start them at a young age and let them know, this is my house, I'm in charge, and as long as you're gonna live here, you're gonna do what I say. And as long as that's the thing. It's not the kids nowadays that are any worse than the kids were when we was coming up, or when I was coming up, because I know I'm considerably older than you.
Yes.
But it's not the kids' fault. It comes from parents saying, oh, I want more for my kids than what I had. I want my kids to have better than what I had. I'm not going to spank my kids because my mom and dad spanked me and I didn't like that shit. You weren't supposed to like it, dumbass. It's correction. Nobody likes to be criticized. Nobody likes to be corrected. But if you're not doing something that's right and nobody ever tells you that it's not right or makes you understand that it's not right, then you'll never know that it's not right. And these kids think it's okay to run around and knock old people out because their parents never put their foot down and said, hey, you're going to do this and this is disrespectful. And you're going to say, no, ma'am, and yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and yes, sir, when you talk to these people. Yes. That's not being instilled in children anymore. We're not in the United States. I don't know how it is there where you live. But in the United States, it's, kids don't pray. They're not allowed to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore. They took prayer out of school. Exactly. And not that I'm saying that you should force religion on somebody. More or less. But this is not the case for you, but this is the United States.
Yes.
This country was stolen from its natives on the principle of religious freedom. Now, I'm not saying you got to pray to the same God that I pray to, but if you don't want to pray to the same God I'm praying to, check yourself and show me some respect while I do. You pray to whoever you want to pray to, and let me pray to whoever I'm going to pray to. But for the next minute and a half at the beginning of class, y'all are going to sit down and shut the hell up, and we're going to show some reverence to something.
Yes.
And that's what's being lost, is the general respect for one another and the general respect for some type of higher power.
Yes. So, wrapping up the news section, what I can actually say about this topic is that knocking out somebody isn't right on the whole. Knocking out the elderly isn't right on the whole. That's just a sign of disrespect altogether. And then knocking out someone that can actually kill you is an even worse thing they can actually do. Plus, if I can wrap all this up in one conclusion once again, is the hidden problem behind all of this is the parental guidance of the children that you need to take care of. So everything is lost if you cannot find that one thing you need to do. So the younger generation, sure, I might just say this current generation is currently lost. If the parents can't control, not even control, you use the word control. You should use the word teach. Use the word discipline to help learn. You don't really control children because children have to make their own way. But it's your responsibility to actually teach them which way to actually go. So there's nothing you else can do. Cause if they die, they die. If they live, they live. There's only so much you can do. So now, moving on to our story time section of the Drunken Rants. Now, last night, I met this girl. This is almost like a hooker to me.
Uh-oh.
So I was wondering to myself, why in the world was she approaching me? Like, I don't have no flag like I want something. Cause I'm perfectly fine as I am right now. But she came all the way over to me. And then she started to touch me without saying a word. Like, excuse me? What? Touch me? I don't know what the hell you have, but you decide to touch me. So, as politely as I was, I just said to her, excuse me, bitch. You don't deserve to lay a finger on me. Do you understand me? I am coming from myself. I am the body of God right now, and you are the body of the fucking devil. May you be gone, you evil and foul spirit. So I said it just like that in the nicest way possible. So basically, she left. She left with a tail between her legs, but she left. And I shall never see her again, hopefully. Because if I do, I will say the same fucking thing I did when I saw her the first time. So that was my story of the evening. Lovely. Oh.
What she look like?
Well, tall, about 6'1" with the heels. Let's
You
say.
sure it was a girl?
Yes. Black hair. Black hair, blue eyes, but she had contacts on. A very skimpy dress. The ass is just hanging straight out for some odd reason. And she smelled of rotten fish.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
So I can guess. Like, we are islanders, so we eat fish, but
Not
that is not that type of fish. But either way, that's how that story ended. It ended interestingly enough, but I couldn't be with such foolishness no more. Oh
I
God.
feel like you had quite the night last night.
That is true. That is
You
true.
weren't even on the rig.
Yes. What about you, Johnny? Have any interesting tales?
Not just happened recently.
It could be anything.
Nothing to compare to that.
No, it could be interesting. Anything at all.
Oh, we did just have a bad hurricane here. My brother's house got flooded out. We had to go straighten all that stuff. And you really don't realize what all somebody loses when something like that happens. Pictures of your kids and stuff like that. I mean, just stuff that's irreplaceable. And people think, oh, well, it doesn't matter. They had insurance, you know. But the picture you took of your kid when he took his first step, what is that worth?
Don't know.
You can't put a price on it.
Exactly.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's really the only thing that's happened around here. I live out in the country, man. I live so far in the woods. They got the pump sunshine back here. They got special pipes. They pump sunshine they're back here with.
Yeah.
And
Same with the hurricane fog. I live in the Bahamas. The Bahamas get hurricanes every year. Every single year. It's not if we get hurricanes, it's when.
It's when.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
we get them every year too.
Like in
We had
droves.
what was it? I was almost out of the Marine Corps, so it had to have been about 97, 98. We had 3 hurricanes in a row. I mean, back to back to back. I mean, it was crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, we get hurricanes all the time too.
Oh god.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a bottle of Chardonnay, but as my viewers know, when I am out of wine, that is a clear sign it is time to stop. So, wrapping up, let's see, let me get my original co-star.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh's back.
Yes, my original co-star. Yes. So, in conclusion with everything that has been spoken, the younger generation needs a goddamn fucking slap. That is the truth behind the matter. And that prostitutes needs to learn their place. And hurricanes needs to be better prepared for.
Exactly.
Yes. So, may people learn their fucking lessons and have a pleasant time. This is the Drunken Rant, hosted by Dr. R himself and co-hosted by Johnny. So, may y'all have a wonderful time and see y'all later. Goodbye, trainees.